Okay, so nobody got married for the mundane moments, the conflict resolution, the problem solving, the kid raising, the finance arguments, and all the work it takes to actually have a real relationship, right? Why we got married was we had fun in the dating process. We kind of liked this person, and we're like, man, I would actually like to spend the rest of my life with this person because I enjoy hanging out with them. And then somewhere along the line, all the business gets involved in the relationship and it becomes boring. But I don't believe that you can't get it back again or you're stuck in boring. And so what I want to do is I want to give you 3 ideas on how you can make your boring relationship actually enjoyable and fun again. That's what we're going to talk about today on Relationshots. Hey, what's going on? Eric Wooten here. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notifications so you don't miss upcoming videos. If you want a free guide to intimacy, we've got a link in the description area below. We got a ton of other free resources too if you want to get your hands on those. Here's the deal. When we got married probably because we enjoyed hanging out with the person. And at some point, we get to a place where it's not all that enjoyable anymore because we got all the work of marriage that gets involved. And if you know me, you know I'm not like the hype, hey, you make me want to be a better man, you complete me, all the pontification about relationships got to be always adventurous, passionate, all that kind of stuff, right? You know I'm not that guy, right? So I'm not going to go on about that. That's cute for romance novels, romance movies, for reality TV, but in real life, I actually want some tools that can help me to have a thriving, healthy, but also enjoyable marriage with my spouse. That's what I want to talk about. So if you got into a place where your relationship is a little bit boring, and I think we all get there because here's what happens. We spend all our energy outside the house at times or on other relationships or on the kids. And then when it comes to the marriage relationship, we kind of get the leftovers. So if your relationship has gotten boring, I have 3 ideas to help you get unboring and actually start having fun again. That's what relationships all about. So here's idea number 1 is quit being boring. Yeah, no, I mean you personally. Right? I know it takes 2 to tango in a relationship, but you are also half of the equation, right? So if you have a boring marriage, it's because you are a boring person. Don't look at me like that. Like, oh no, I'm just so much fun. It's my spouse that doesn't want to do anything. So listen, if your marriage is boring, it's because you are boring. And what you need to do is make it a little more exciting. So what about you is exciting? How do you bring some excitement back into who you are that then may be an example for your spouse to follow to be more exciting themselves? But let me ask you this. When in the last few months / few years have you done, tried, learned something new? When's the last time you done a new activity? When's the last time you learned something new? When's the last time you read a new book? When's the last time you picked up a new hobby? Listen, there are things that you can do personally, regardless of what your spouse is doing, that will make you more exciting and fun as a person, which then in turn should make the relationship a little more fun. So if we're not growing, if we're not changing, if we're not becoming energetic and full of emotional energy and excitement ourselves, how do we expect the marriage to actually be not boring? So my first idea for you is just quit being boring. Man, go do something different. Take up a new hobby. Try something new. Read something new. Eat something new. Learn something new. Just do something different so that you're not as boring. That's idea number 1. Idea number 2 is prioritize the fun. Listen, everything else in a relationship will prioritize itself. The work, the bills, the kids, all that stuff will shove itself into your relationship and will make sure it gets taken care of. Fun will not. So if you want to have fun, you need to prioritize fun, which means you need to plan fun, which means you need to schedule fun. So if you're one of those couples or spouses that's sitting around waiting for fun to spontaneously find you in your relationship, it's never going to happen. You need to be intentional about how, well, if I'm intentional and it's planned, then it's not fun. That's not true. You love your favorite restaurant. I've used this analogy before. You love the food at that restaurant. It doesn't taste worse if you know you have a reservation this Friday than it does if you just get up and go spontaneously. It actually increases anticipation that you're going to do something you know you love, which is eat the favorite place you love to eat at on Friday, which even makes the earlier part of the week good because, like, I got something to look forward to. So you need to plan times of fun together. Put it on the calendar, schedule it. Maybe it's a date night, maybe it's a game night, maybe it's taking a hike together, maybe it's going to a show, maybe it's doing a walk together. Whatever it might be with your spouse, plan something, be intentional, regularly do it. And there's only one rule. When you're doing these moments of fun, don't talk about all the stuff that's not fun. The kids, the bills, work, in-laws, sickness and health, just all the stuff that is not enjoyable. It's a part of everyday life. Don't let it come into your little moment of fun. You have plenty of time to talk about all that stuff some other time. This is a moment of fun. So one way to prioritize fun is to plan it, schedule it, do something new. A second way is what I call tweak the routine. And this may be easier for some of you because sometimes it's hard to find time to do something new, but you all have routines. I guarantee you there are a number of routines that you do regularly because that's how you get stuff done. And routines are how we ensure that the right things and the most important things get done on a regular basis, right? You brush your teeth, you take showers, you eat, there are exercise, maybe there are things that you routinely do that if you tweak them a little bit, they'll probably be a little more fun, you'll be a little more exciting, and the relationship will be less boring. Let me give you some examples. You brush your teeth every day, hopefully. So whether you're a morning person or a night person, I don't care which you do. I recommend doing it in the morning to kick off your day. But if you're like me, you got one of those electric toothbrushes that every 30 seconds goes bzzz, so you know to brush a new area. So it's 2 minutes long. So what about this? Take your routine, brushing your teeth, tweak it so it's a little more exciting. Maybe you put on some music and you dance while you're brushing your teeth. That will be a little more fun than just brushing your teeth. If your spouse is in there at the same time, have a little dance off. Do a little dance off while you're brushing your teeth. You're just tweaking a routine. It's a little more exciting. I know some of you are like, oh, that's dumb. I don't want to do that. Okay, because you're boring. So we're trying to have fun, right? So that may be one. You take a shower regularly, hopefully. So why don't you invite your spouse into the shower with you every once in a while? That will make the shower a little more exciting and fun and breaks up the routine. Maybe some of you regularly exercise, and what you do exercising is the treadmill and lift weights. Treadmill, lift weights, those are the things you do. So maybe you tweak that routine and you and your spouse work out together, do a yoga video or Pilates, or just do something you don't normally do. Take a class together, do something different. It's your normal routine of exercise. Tweak it and do it a little differently to add a little bit more fun. Eating, you eat regularly. That's a routine. You have to eat to survive. But tweak it. Maybe you try a new recipe you've never tried before. Maybe you do breakfast in bed. Maybe you do a lunch picnic in the backyard, on the back porch, just to be different. Maybe sometime for dinner, you turn the lights down a little low, you put on some Italian music, and your spouse serves you with white gloves, just to tweak the routine to make it different. So if you take the normal routine and you just tweak it a little bit different, your relationship becomes more fun and you haven't added anything new. So those of you that are like, well, I don't have time for all the dates, and cool, then just tweak your routine to prioritize fun in your life. And then idea number 3 is go out with some other people. Listen, sometimes if your relationship is boring and you're not connected and you don't know how to have fun, the idea of going out on a date and sitting staring at each other for 2 hours is excruciating. And sometimes neither one of you, if you think about it, neither one of you are the life of the party. You're both more methodical, planned people than you are spontaneous. Find some friends that are fun and go out to eat with them or go do some group activity with them. It takes the pressure off you and your spouse to be the quote fun one, and it allows some other people to be the fun that you just get to engage in. So it takes all the pressure off. And then sometimes it may be something that one of the other spouses likes to talk about that you're interested in, that your spouse is not interested in. So you get to engage in something you're excited about, and your spouse may look at you and go, oh, they're really fun when they talk about that. I like to see them like this. And so when you go out and do things with other people sometimes, and I'm an advocate for making sure you guys have some private time, the two of you guys, to connect as well. So I wouldn't say you never go out unless it's with friends, but that may be a way to be a little more fun without the pressure on you to hang out with some other people that are fun. So if your relationship is boring, you now have no excuse. I've given you 3 ideas on how you can begin this week being a little more fun and taking your boring relationship and making it a little more exciting. So I want you to try these out, and I want you to come back and drop a comment. Or if you got some ideas of some things you've done in the past or currently do that create fun in your relationship, drop a comment, man. Help some other people out. Help me out. in this area. If we can help you in any area of your relationship, man, we'd love to walk with you in the relationship journey. You can check out all the links below. If you need a membership community because you don't have couples that are trying to do what you're trying to do, or maybe you're a spouse that's married to somebody who doesn't want to work on their marriage and you need some other people surrounding you who can encourage you and support you and give you ideas to strengthen your marriage by yourself, I promise you our Altered Marriage membership community is where you need to be. You can check out the info in the links below as well for that. Until next time, I'll see you right back here on Relation Shots.